What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Chilla with Q10 back at it again. 2020, a new year. Hope y'all had a lovely beginning to the new year, and I hope y'all had a good night in 2019 also. 2019, man, was crazy as far as in the political sphere. Of course, we had all the attacks against Trump and just a lot of stuff going on with the far left. And the impeachment stuff is still going on. They're still trying to get Donald Trump impeached. For reasons they have no real evidence of anything that he's done that would warrant an impeachable offense, and of course it's still going on. They haven't even delivered the articles of impeachment to the Senate. I don't know what they're doing over there. I can guess and give you my opinion on what they're trying to do. Of course, they're stalling when it was such a huge thing to get it rushed because Donald Trump was such an imminent threat to the United States. They had to get him impeached. But now, of course, as we kick off the new year, there's some stuff going on in the Middle East. And I'm sure, as y'all know, if y'all keep up with the news, so we had the embassy over in Iraq, the U.S. embassy, come under attack. And of course, Trump had ordered some drone strikes, and one of those drone strikes would kill one of the Iranian generals, Soleimani, or Salami, however you say his name, General Salami. This guy was a pretty known terrorist, and so now there's a lot of backlash, of course, from Iran. That one of their generals has been killed, even though this guy is pretty well-known terrorist, and has done a lot of killings on both sides of the Americans and Israel and stuff like that. This guy wasn't that great of a human being to begin with, but looking today, just on some of the headlines, and you have some of the far left, their hatred towards the president is so great that they'd rather side with known radical terrorists who have done horrible things to human beings, to humankind in general, and to their own people also. They'd rather side with people like that than actually side with the president, because they have just this undying hatred of him. It's unreal. And of course, you have the two. You have AOC. You have what's her name? The other two Muslims that are in office. Of course, they're gonna side with Muslim terrorists, which is crazy at this time in our history that we would have known. Of course, they're not gonna come out and say that they support terrorism, but I mean, just their words alone on what happened to the general, and saying that it was wrong. Donald Trump shouldn't have done that. They have sympathy for him. So you would rather, this guy, Salami, you would rather him be alive, killing people in the name of, Allah or whatever, their moon god they believe in. You would rather have him alive, doing all these crazy stuff, than have him taken out and possibly stop other terroristic acts against humanity. And that's what really, man, that really gets me. Something in your very soul that you have a hatred for such a person, and it's an unwarranted hatred towards the president. They come up with all kind of excuses. He's a racist. He's a bigot. We don't like the way he talks. We don't like the way he tweets. Stuff like that. But that's not reason enough. First of all, I mean, there's really no reason to have hatred. We should all be able to forgive each other. But to have an undying hatred from the depths of your soul towards a person, and this person being the president, President Trump, to go and actually side with known terrorists, it's just appalling and amazing to me. And it's not just people in Congress. I mean, it's it's celebrities. You have celebrities left and right that were on Twitter. Here's an article from Breitbart News about Michael Moore. Michael Moore sends Iran leader a direct message: "Let me and millions of Americans remove Trump." Of course, Michael Moore is a huge leftist. So, he said that he sent the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, whatever, Iran supreme leader, sent him a message saying, "Hey, let us take Donald Trump out. Don't retaliate." And it's like, okay, you're gonna side with these known terrorists, while you're in America, living in a free country, but your sympathies towards these Iranian leaders who are suppressing the people through radical Islamic terrorist acts and imploding their own economy. Yeah, this is what gets my goat. You have people over here who are making, let's just say in Hollywood, the Hollywood figures that come out against Trump, call them all this crazy stuff, and then they're over here in the land of freedom, using capitalism to make their money. And yet every turn they get, they're always talking about how bad capitalism is or whatever not, but they're over here using capitalism to make their money. Yeah, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. And I've said this before, it's like they don't live in reality. They live in their own made up bubble of reality. And like I said before, it's the really radical far left. It's what today's Democrats. They've shifted a lot from previous years of being part of the Democratic Party. Most of the Democrats, many years ago, they had more common sense. Let's put it this way. Now it's on both sides, of course. I mean, you have bad Democrats, you have bad Republicans. It's just this whole political thing is just one crazy big chess game. And the bad part about it is, of course, I don't want to see the United States going to war. We shouldn't have been in Iraq. Whatever we thought after 9/11, whether they quote unquote had weapons of mass destruction or we wanted to go over there and free them. Saddam Hussein was a bad, dictator, of course. So he needed to be out of power. I mean, there was a lot of bad stuff he's doing, but we shouldn't have got ourselves involved to that degree. There was a lot of stuff, after that happened. Whatever you believe happened during 9/11, where you think it was Islamic terrorists that actually attacked, and then we needed to go over there and free the people. Now, it's just democracy has become a smokescreen for many of presidencies to go into other countries and just go in and use up their resources and plant our own powers there, which we shouldn't be involved, really, in another country's affair. Now, if we have undeniable proof that that attack came from that country and was geared towards us, the United States on American soil, undeniable proof that was the case, then we should defend ourselves. As far as them coming in to attack us, you understand, we should be defending our borders, which we need to be doing right now, from foreign invaders coming into the country. But it's not just foreign invaders, it's also domestic. And some of these politicians are a domestic threat to the republic. I'm not for war, for one thing, and I know Iran has been itching to go to war because, first of all, they hate America because of the freedom, and they hate us because the general population in America is built upon Christianity and believers in Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus, and they hate us for that. And another thing, we're close allies with Israel. We will defend Israel at all costs, and Donald Trump clearly um, is pro-Israel and would do anything to defend Israel. As far as when Obama was in office, it was kind of touch and go with Israel. With Obama, I didn't totally believe that Obama was 100% with Israel. It's like, if Iran would have dropped a bomb on Israel, it's like, I don't think Obama would. It's one of those things. As far as what I believe, yes, we should be protecting Israel. Now, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in Israel's politics too that are shady. Of course, I understand that. It's like I said, it's a whole chess game. But as far as biblically, where I stand on that, yes, we should be allies of Israel, protecting it. And Iran, now this attack, this drone attack, killing the general, it just gives them a lot more steam. First of all, the first thing they want to do, like they've been saying, is to wipe Israel off the map. That's what they want to do. And they know the United States is close allies with Israel. And they know that they try something that it's going to be, Iran is going to be wiped off the map if they try something within Israel. But mark my words, this is what they want. They want to go in, start dropping bombs on Israel, even though Israel may not attack them, just because we're the Americas is allies with Israel. They hate both of us. Okay, they hate our freedom, and they're radical religious nuts, really. But I'm not saying that all Muslims are radical religious nuts. I'm just saying that there's a huge population of people who are Muslim, Islamic, and they're radical and they're crazy, and they will blow themselves up just to prove that. It's tough, man. It's a tough situation because I don't want to go to war. I don't want the United States to send more troops like they are right now to Iraq. I'm all about peace, but at the same time, if there's an imminent threat and an evil against us or against Israel that needs to be taken out, then it needs to happen. And if General Salami was coming up with plans to attack the United States and they had intel on it, a good intel, like I said, this has to be good, truthful intel, then it would warrant for him to be taken out. And this was just a stepping stone. The attack on the embassy in Iraq was just a stepping stone. Now, Trump has come out saying that, this is not going to lead to war. This is something that he did the drone attack to actually stop a major war from happening. And, I hope that's the case. I really do. I really do hope that's the case, because I can't see us spending, how many years we spent in Iraq, which was just ridiculous. And I think today that the Iraqi parliament had voted for the United States troops to be out of Iraq, as soon as possible. How that gonna go over, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, our boys should have been home from Iraq. We were supposed to go over there and set up a quote unquote democracy and let the people be able to rule themselves. But for some reason, it just hadn't turned out that way. Of course, the notion being that the terrorists are still there and they're always, causing us to stay there, and help them. But truly, we should be definitely defending our borders. And that's the case of setting up embassies in other countries. You're having that's like putting a piece of U.S. soil, in that country. And it's crazy. When the founding fathers, they had the same notion that we shouldn't get involved in every other country's foreign affair. And it happened during World War II. We got involved, which I can't say much about that. Hitler was pretty bad, but you had some people funding Hitler that were in the United States, and it was just a mess. Yeah. With World War II, I mean, I'm not saying that we shouldn't have gotten involved. I'm glad we did get involved, and and stopping all that. It's just that, man, we in times of war, it's never good for folks like you and me. It's never good for the economy. Well, as far as the military industrial complex, they pump more money into that. But when I heard about this, man, it was really sad. It's really sad because you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know the retaliation from what Iran's gonna do. You don't know if they're gonna try to sneak in a dirty bomb. You don't know. It's just, it sucks. It really does. In one aspect, you don't want to go to war, but in another aspect, you don't want these crazy terrorists running around and blowing people up. So it's like a catch-22, man. It's real tough on that. But as far as my stance, man, I really hope that this doesn't start or kick off another major war. Now I know there's a lot of people out there, that are saying, "Oh, this is gonna cause World War III, and this is what's gonna kick off the tribulation, and when Messiah comes back, and this and that." And it's like, the Bible's pretty clear on the signs and the times, and from biblical research and from a biblical aspect of things, these things occur around the biblical feast days like Passover and the Feast of Tabernacles and all these feast days that are kind of the beginning of, not considered our beginning of the year, but the biblical calendar year, which usually coincides around Passover time or Aviv 1 and stuff like that. And Iran knows this. They've always done stuff to Israel around the feast days. They've always, they attack during Passover or in the later part of the year, around the Feast of Tabernacles or the Feast of Trumpets, or these major feast days. And so, I mean, the Bible's pretty clear on that. When Messiah said, you won't know the time, but you'll know the season. And each season brings a different feast day. And so if you know the feast days and you study the feast days, then you can kind of know about where the season is when everything's going to kick off in the Great Tribulation, which could be kicking off another major world war, the last world war. So not too concerned or worried about that. Of course, if your faith is in Messiah and you have faith that he'll see you through everything, then we shouldn't be worried about that. But of course, you don't want innocent lives to be lost in a senseless war. And who wants that? Nobody wants that. We want times of peace. We want to be a peaceful culture. There's just some people that don't want peace. There's some people that thrive on chaos. So I mean, that's my opinion on it. I really hope that this doesn't get us into another major war. It's hard to say whether Trump was right or wrong on ordering the attack. Like I said, the intel was good that the Iranian general was gonna have some stuff planned as far as terrorist attack, and Trump took him out. Then so be it. So be it. But as far as these politicians and the celebrities and stuff like that are siding, they're actually siding with the terrorists, actually siding with these people, and that, it just blows my mind. That you go that route, then actually put, especially for the politicians, people that supposedly put you there to represent them, you're gonna just throw that all away and go side with the terrorists because you hate Trump. Just because you hate Trump, you're gonna side with evil. But see, that's their mindset. They believe Trump is the evil. He's just a greater evil than the terrorist. The terrorist is just a lesser evil, but Trump is the greatest evil of all, and we got to get rid of him. When actually the terrorists are blowing up people and imprisoning Christians, and dwindling the Christian population, especially within Iran. But really, I say it surprises me, but it doesn't, because it's the same thing with communist China. The communist China, dwindling the population of Christianity over there, and the celebrities and these sports celebrities and politicians are lining themselves up with China because of money. So I guess it really doesn't surprise me. So what I'm for is peace. I'm for freedom and peace, and I really hope this doesn't get us into another major war. It's sad to see, but the only thing we can do is pray. We can pray for our president and hope that he makes the right choices on everything, especially what's going on right now. We can pray for him instead of belittling him and call him every name under the sun and trying to attack him at every point. Why don't we just pray for him? And now, some of you out there may not agree with me because, of course, you may not be, religious, as you would put it, or stuff like that. But what about just encouraging? I mean, he's the president of the United States. You would hope that the leader of your country would be encouraged to make the right decisions. And as people of faith, we should be praying for our president, just like every president before. Whether you liked him or not, pray for him, encourage him, lift them up so they do make the right decision, because eventually those decisions trickle down to me and you. And like I said, I hope this doesn't get us into another war. I really don't. Don't want innocent lives to be lost at the hands of something that was erroneously just let out there, without good intel. Kind of like what I believe the Iraq War was. There were no weapons of mass destruction. Why were we there? Why did we stay there? Why are we still there? Many theories on that, but that's for another time. So, man, so that's my opinion on that. And I just hope that, like I said, Trump can make the right decisions. I hope Congress make the right decisions. I hope that they can get past this impeachment bullcrap and actually start doing some good work for the American for the American economy and just for the American people in general. We need Congress to get back, start doing right by the American people and stop with all the nonsense. Okay? I think America's just tired. It's 2020. Move on. Stop with all the impeachment nonsense. Get your act together. Let's get some common sense back in this world. Let's move on. Let's start living in reality. It's just crazy, man. But, God is good. And like I said, keep your president lifted up in prayer. Even though you don't like him, even if you might like him. There's, like I said, many times in videos of the past, there's a lot of stuff I don't like that Donald Trump says and does. But he's the president. And I know the decisions he makes affects me. So I have to lift him up in prayer. I have to be encouraging. If he does something wrong, make a video, call him out. But at the same time, he's still the president. I don't understand why people can't get that. It's just, don't have a blinded hatred of someone. An unwarranted blinded hatred. And that's what a lot of these far left Democrats have for President Trump. So much that they will go side with terrorists, which is crazy, man. That's crazy. Crazy. Okay. But all right, man. That's my 2 cents on it. Leave a comment down below. Say, hey, man, I think you're right. Hey, this is blah, blah, blah. Or just let me know your opinion on it. Like, hey, Quentin, man, you're right. I don't think we should go to war. Or, hey, man, Quentin, you're wrong. This is exactly what we needed, blah, 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 whatever. Leave a comment down below. We could discuss it, in a civilized manner, of course. So that's it, man. That's my opinion on it. It's your boy chilling with Q10. All right, man. Peace out.
If you like what you just saw, consider hitting that subscribe button for more great content.